All right, Coach. First things first, congrats on a big win to start off WAC play. Building off that momentum, you have another 2 tough opponents coming in this week. One you are very familiar with.
Yes.
So how excited are you going into this weekend 1-0, and talk a little bit about playing SFA?
Yeah, for sure. Super excited. We have UTA on Thursday, and then we have SFA on Saturday. UTA is doing a really good job. I mean, they're 2-0 on the weekend, and SFA went 1-1. And so, I mean, it's like any person we play in the WAC, you have to bring your A game every single time. And so, thing we talk about with the girls, there's nothing different with the person across the net. It's what we need to execute on our side at a very high level. And so, just because there is some people, I mean, like the girls have played with some of the girls on the UTA team, and then I know entirely way too much information about the SFA team. So just because there's common opponent and common people on the other side doesn't mean that we need to treat our game any differently. So super excited. Little bit of a battle of the purple on Saturday, which we're super excited about, but at the same time, really focusing on what we need to do to, get the wins that we want.
When you took the job, you knew that was this was going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are your feelings about it any different than a few months ago to now that it's almost here?
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, I always preach to the girls, be present where your feet are. And so definitely being present where my feet are. I mean, do I still care about those people 100%, but at the same time, they're opponents at this point. So I tell my friends all the time in the coaching world, we're not friends at the time. If it's game day, we're not friends anymore. But at the same time, I still care for all those people very deeply, but gotta do what we gotta do for my Wildcat family now. So
you've gotten 2 games at the new Moody now. What's it like to play at the new Moody?
Definitely, it's great. I mean, we've had some pretty good crowds, and we definitely need more people to come out. We definitely would love to have the community come out and represent at a very high level, especially with these games coming up. We have our Dig Pink game that are at Saturday, and then we have Battle of the Greek on Thursday. And so just being able to get the community presence there would be amazing, just because it is a different feel from old Moody to new Moody. I mean, the presence, how loud it is, what we're bringing into, what we're representing, what our product is of the girls is really great. So just being able to bring more and more people and experience what the new ACU volleyball is.
Heading into these next couple games, what do you really want to see out of your team?
Definitely growth, still growth. I mean, we're still learning and we're still figuring out each other. Just because we've been doing this for a couple months now doesn't mean that we haven't figured out all the kinks and quirks of each other. And so continue the growth mindset and being able to battle when things get a little bit tougher. I think that's one thing that we continually have to work on. It's not something that's easy, and it's not something that is meant to be easy. And so if we can battle through those tough moments and overcome those tough moments, I think that will be a great thing for us.
With that game on Thursday, it was a high energy game and honestly a lot of momentum building. So how do you want to take that momentum that you got from that game on Thursday and bring it into this week?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great feeling. That win is a really great win, especially with what we were looking to do in that game, and especially we game prepped really extremely hard for it. So it's just using that momentum moving forward, understanding we concentrated and we focused extremely hard on what we did, but at the exact same time, we were forcing Sam Houston to do what we wanted them to do. So bringing that momentum, bringing that same mindset, bringing that same execution into these next 2 games is what we really need to do moving forward.
You guys, I feel like talking to you earlier in the season, you said you were really focusing on a middle right side offense, and I felt like that came to fruition on Thursday, and the girls played the way they needed to. You got extremely great performances from Braden, Bree, and Jada specifically. They just were hitting at a high level and doing it efficiently. I think between the 3 of them, there were only 2 errors. So just talk a little bit about kind of getting into this offense that you've really put together, and how exciting it was to kind of see that come together.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, typically every team is going to be really heavy onto the pins, right? Because 90% of the game of volleyball is out of system. So when we can be in system, when we can run our style of offense, it tends to flow better. I mean, if we can be very balanced, and if you look across the board, we're very balanced amongst the team. That it's really hard to scout against. It's really hard to defend, and so it just creates a lot of opportunities for us to be offensive and really be able to get those numbers that we're looking for. And I thought the girls did a really good job of making themselves available so that they could be and get those numbers that they got this weekend. I mean, they did a phenomenal job of making sure they're available every single time, making sure that they're attacking very high at a very high level, making sure we're swinging deep, and they did. I mean, they're buying into it, and that's what we wanted. So.
Anything else? Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
Coach.
you.